Brown was Canada's first Black female member of a provincial legislature and the first woman to run for leadership of a federal political party. Didn't know who Rosemary Brown was? Well, it's time to get educated. Rosemary Brown was born in Jamaica to a politically minded family. She immigrated to Canada in 1951 to study social work at McGill University and the University of British Columbia. As a young student, Brown encountered both sexism and racism firsthand when applying for housing or summer jobs or simply fitting into university life.
Following graduation, Rosemary Brown became involved with two social groups that would shape her political mindset: the British Columbia Association for the Advancement of Colored People and Voice of Women. She also worked briefly with the Children's Aid Society and as a counselor at Simon Fraser University. Brown was often a panelist on the national television series People in Conflict. During the turbulence of the 1960s, Brown found renewed purpose in her role as a political advocate against both racism and sexism. At the time, traditional roles of race and gender were being challenged in Canadian politics. She brought that level awareness to her role as ombudswoman and founding member of the Vancouver Status of Women's Council. In 1972, Rosemary Brown entered provincial politics as a New Democratic Party candidate. On the 30th of August, she won her seat in the riding of Vancouver-Burrard and became the first Black woman to sit on the Legislative Assembly of British Columbia. During her 14 years as MLA, Brown created a committee to remove sexism in British Columbia's education material. In 1975, she ran for leadership of the federal NDP with the slogan, "Brown is Beautiful." She broke color barriers in the federal arena when she ran a close second to Ed Broadbent ahead of three other candidates.
Rosemary Brown retired from provincial legislature in 1988 and turned her attention to international advocacy. She served 3 years as the CEO of the advocacy group Match International Women's Fund. In 1993, Brown was named head commissioner of the Ontario Human Rights Commission, a position she held until 1996. She received many distinctions and awards, both national and international, to recognize her exceptional life in public service. This included 15 honorary doctorates from Canadian universities. She also received the Order of British Columbia, the Order of Canada, and the United Nations Human Rights Fellowship. In 2009, Canada Post dedicated a commemorative stamp to Rosemary Brown that shows her standing in front of the BC Legislature building. Rosemary Brown did pass away in 2003, leaving behind her legacy of helping the public life here in Canada. Now you know who Rosemary Brown was, and you also know how Rosemary Brown was an influential part of Canada's history.